I just like the South.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Will here again today with another story time. Yes, we getting real jazzy with the hands and the fingers today. Alright, today we have a story that happened years ago. This is over a decade ago, possibly. No, it wasn't two. It was over a decade and a half ago. I was no older than 8 years old. I was probably like 6 or 7. So about 14, 15 years ago, something. Yeah, you know, I was probably in kindergarten. I'll say kindergarten, first grade, or first or second. Anyway, this is the story time that might have a shitty ending. It might have you feeling down in the dumps. And if you don't like that type of stuff, then you might as well say deuces. You know what that means. We got a shitty story time to tell y'all. This happened. I was, like I said, I was around 8 or 9, 7 or 6, somewhere around that range. I was still a kid. And my elementary school was within walking distance, but of course my parents wasn't going to let me, they wasn't going to let me walk home by myself at the time. And during the time, my brother was in like 6th or 7th grade, and it was still around the time where there weren't too many middle schools around the time. I don't know how it was in your area, but in my area around Chicago and stuff, up until I got to like 4th or 5th grade, middle schools were usually part of elementary, they used to call it. I forgot what they used to call it. It was intermediate or something. That's what they call like 5th through 7th grade, and then 8th grade. 7th and 8th grade was junior high, stuff like that. That's how our school was. So my brother was still at school with me, even though he was a lot older than me. It wasn't until like the next year that he got to his own school by myself, where I was by myself. But we ended up moving by that time, so that's besides the point. We used to walk home, but I had to wait for him to get out. His classes were all on the other side of the building, and mine were to the left side of the building. It wasn't a big school, but it was a long school. So whenever I was waiting on him, say this would happen during one of those times, then I would have to go use the bathroom. Now, if you're like me, you don't like public bathrooms. You don't use them to go number 1. You don't want a number 2 in the public bathroom. And if you do, it's because you really gotta go. I didn't learn it this time, so if I really had to go, I would just try to hold it as long as I could. It was one of those days where I probably should have just went to the bathroom and just put the paper towel down, you know, around the seat, but I wasn't taught that yet. I was still a kid. I didn't like going to the public bathroom, so to this particular day, my brother had to stay late, and I did too. I was in after-school programs because my mom didn't get home till about 7, and my dad worked late, so he didn't get home till about 10. So we had to stay in after school until at least my brother got done with his activities, and then he would come grab me, and we would walk home. But today, I really had to use the bathroom after lunch. I don't know what it was that we had, but it was a pretty shitty situation that I began to get myself in, if you know what I mean. So, we used to get out at around 3 o'clock, and then we had after school from 3 to 6, I think. Something like that. So, I had to go use the bathroom, but I didn't. I had to hold it for as long as I can. I did not like going to the bathroom. I did not like boo-booing in the public bathroom, whether that be at school or public area. You know, that's just, I don't know if you like me, but only times I'll do it now is if I really have to go. I didn't know how to hold it yet. I was a kid. I was a shorty. I was a baby. I didn't know what to do. So, I ended up, after class ended, I went to my teacher. I was like, can I call my dad to see if he can come get me? I really have to use the bathroom, but I don't want to go here. They was like, I don't know if he would be able to do that. You could try. So I called out my dad. My dad worked all the way in the inner city. And he worked at the airport, at Midway Airport. But he still does to this day. But And we lived in the suburbs at the time, so he had to drive all the way out there. It was gonna be at least a 40-minute drive for him to get to me. So I called him. I was like, "Yo, Dad, can you come pick me up? I really gotta go. I really gotta boo boo, but I don't want to go here." He was like, "Well, you better use that bathroom in that school. I can't leave right now." So I'm like, "Please, please, 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 please," and he wouldn't budge. This even happened to me in high school, but it was because I had to run. You know, I ain't trying to get into it in detail, but I didn't boo boo on myself. I'm just saying, like, it was so bad. First of all, you know your teacher's not gonna continue to let you out of class. You gotta go to the bathroom. So I'll call my mom up and tell her to come pick me up because I wasn't trying to have to go back to the bathroom and miss too many periods. But that's another story. So I was like, all right, I guess I'll stay. Ended up staying. We get within an hour. Of after school activities, and I'm like, oh no, I can't hold it. I tried my hardest. You know, you squeeze. You try to hold it when it's coming out, but it was rough, man. It got rough. No cap, it got rough, dog. It was one of them liquidy ones. It was nasty, dog. It was a lot too. You know, it was a lot, dog. I ain't trying to be all nasty. Do not watch this if you eating, because that shit gonna be nasty, literally. But, so, that happened. And after that happened, I'm sitting there. I'm like, oh my God, please hold on. I hope nobody smell me. And people were sitting next to me, so you know what I did? I got up. And you know the walk. You know the walk when you ain't, you know. And then when I sat back down, I squished it all around. It was disgusting, bro. A little bit even got on my pants, dog. It was wild. So I called my teacher. And, you know, I called my dad. He rushed over, but it took him like 30 minutes. So what they did was they made me go sit in the hallway next to the principal's office, and they got newspapers and set the newspaper down on the chair. So I wasn't sitting there booty out, doo-doo all over the place, you know what I'm saying? So I'm sitting there waiting on my dad. It's still trying to come out a little bit. This is where it get wild. My dad used to have, I forgot what it's called, Explorer? No, not Explorer, those SUVs. I forgot, they don't make them no more. And I'm usually a car guy, but this car is old, and I was a shorty, so they don't make them no more. I think, no, it wasn't an Expedition either. That's also an SUV. But anyway, he had a Ford van with one of the sliding doors, you know. It was brown. I'll never forget it. I love that car. That car had history. But anyway, mind you, I'm standing up at the time. He told me he was getting close, so I go stand up at the door. He's like, hurry up so I can come in and get you. My man sped up without hitting the brake, swings that door open, and all I see is newspapers all over his car, bro. Newspaper all over the car. He was like, you better not get shit on my seat. Literally, that's what he said, and that's what it was. He came to get me. He grabbed me by the hand. He yanked me. He was heated because I pulled him from work, and I was gonna get doo-doo on his car, so it just wasn't a good day for him. You know what I'm saying? So he grabbed me by the arm. He yanked me by one hand to the car. He like, get in there. Do not sit down. I promise you, if you sit down, I'm gonna tear it up. That's what he told me. He was gonna tear that ass up if I sat down and I got any dooski in his car. So what I did was he had me stand up in the back seat. I was short at the time. I was a kid, so it wasn't that hard. I was like 3 feet tall at the time. I had to put my hands around the armrest, hold it, and stand up, but squat a little bit because the car was short. Obviously, I wasn't that short. So I had to stand up like that all the way home. But fortunately, like I said, I was in walking distance, so it was only like a 2-second drive. But my man really, literally made me stand up inside the car. I couldn't sit down. He said, if you sit down, there's gonna be havoc. So when I got home, I got out, walking like this some more, walking like that to the door, up the stairs, and shame, cause now everybody Think I'm doo-doo boy, I'm dookie boy. Fortunately, that never happened. I was pretty popular kid at the time. Nobody would dare step in on playing. But no, nobody ever even said anything about me about it after that. Surprising. I don't even know if anybody remember because we was kids, so they wouldn't care too much anyway. But my dad got out the car, ran in, ran me like 10 baths, and yeah, that was that, man. Hope you enjoyed that story time, man. I just, you know, I'm willing to share my stories, you know, my hardships, my crazy stories, you know.
I just like
Growing up, you go through some things, some worse than others, some 2 times worse than others, if you know what I'm saying. But I hope you enjoyed. Hit that sub button down below if you had a similar experience. Leave a like, comment, and all that good stuff. I hope you enjoyed. All-Star Weekend is coming up, and I will be going to the NBA crossover event, so that's going to be lit too. Hope you are ready for that. I'm going to be vlogging that. And deuces, I'm out. Get it?